Good morning, everybody from sunny Croatia. I'm gonna do a little morning practice on this beautiful rooftop, and you can just join me if you want and try the practice from home. Okay, so let's get going. Let's come into a tabletop here. I'm gonna really take care of my knees today because I don't have a mat with me. And now, just for the beginning, rotate your middle fingers towards each other, then pivot your hands forward again, finding shoulder width distance here. Then just look back and also find your knees in a hip width distance apart, and then press the tops of your feet down. Also make sure the pinky toe side of the top of the foot is on the floor. And then just let's start with some cats and cows. Inhale, round your back, and exhale, arch your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Just a few times. Press the tops of your feet down. Find your imaginative spit from your head through the baby soft spot of your head, through the throat, the torso, down into the perineum and out into the earth below you. And think that with every rounding and arching of your spine, the head really stays in line with the perineum. Inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Bend your elbows a little bit so that you're unlocking the pose. And think that the crown of the head is going forward while your coccyx and pubis, or your coccyx and your perineum, are anchoring back. So you're going into two directions at once. Inhaling, exhaling. Now let's get that thing going. Let's put the key into the ignition and go a little faster here. Let's get that fire going. Press the tops of your feet down. Press your index finger knuckle as well as the thumb side of the hand down. And you can make your breath audible here. Inhaling and arching, like inhaling, rounding, and exhaling, arching the spine. Let that fire rise from underneath you. Fire rises from below. And then think that you're going up. Fire lighting. First fire is in your basement, which is your pelvis floor, your legs. And then the second fire is the fire of the heart, which is the fire of the living quarters, your torso, your hands, your capacity, your competency, how you handle the world, how you handle your feelings. And then your third fire, which is the fire of your mind, the imagination, the vision, intelligence, which is your head. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, 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 round your back. Inhale. Take 3 more sips through your mouth. And exhale. Pop the cork. Arch your spine. Let's take a few slow cats and cows here. And then come back to the middle here. And now bring your knees together, and now bring the right leg on top of your left. So we're kind of braiding our legs here, Gomukhasana legs. I'm gonna go a bit further away here. And now bring, if you have a mat underneath you, bring your feet mat width apart, press the tops of your feet down. Again here, finding your coccyx behind you, finding the top of your head in front of you, top of the head, crown of the head shooting forward while part of you is moving back. So we're playing with the polarity of 1 and 9 here. And now rotate your middle fingers together again, finding that measure. And now also make sure that you have a right angle from your shoulder to your wrist, wrist to shoulder. So we want to set up a form that is formed well, that has right angles, and if the form is set up well, then we guarantee the functionality of the form. So press the tops of your feet down. And now here, let's flip our wrists 180 degrees back so that our fingers are looking back towards our knees here. And then start drawing circles clockwise towards the right in your pelvis here, while you're pressing the tops of your feet down. And also make sure that you're heel, like you're pressing the thumb side and the index finger knuckles into the floor here. And we're going all around our pelvis, our hip joint here, lubricating the hip joint, stirring the waters of our body. Because stagnant waters breed infections. Moving raw waters are always clear, they run clear. And also find your, even though we're going in circles now, even though we're spinning around ourselves, find your spit here, your imaginative spit, your Sutra Atman, Shushumna Nadi that goes down from your head to your perineum, this universal implicit line, which gives us the idea of center and the idea of dividing the body into parts, into left, right, center. We also have a bottom, a middle, and a top, and a front, a middle, and a back, because the body is dimensional. And so should the practice be. We want the practice to be spherical rather than linear. The mind can be very linear sometimes, but we want things to be round, to be spherical. And then draw circles towards the left. So we go both ways. We always want to go both ways. And if you don't have a mat, you should really take care of your knees here. The more you press the tops of your feet down, the less you are taxing the knees here. And then come back to center. And again, let's take some cats and cows here. Rounding and arching the spine. Find your shoulders at 3 and 9 o'clock here. Shoulders out to their own side. Bend your elbows. Unlock the pose. And then stop in the middle. Let's pivot the hands forward again into neutral position. And then from here, unravel the legs for a minute. And then let's bring the left leg in front of the right here so that we're going both ways. Again, find your feet hip width apart, mat width apart rather, and then turn. Oh, we already turned our hands. So now let's interlace our hands here to a web, like a webbing, and then bring the hands down just underneath your sternum here, and then start. Make sure your hands are braided well, and then let's draw circles towards the right. And again, find your shoulders at 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, east and west, playing with universal patterns, universal maps here. You can think of a clock face underneath you, where 12 is in front of you, 6 o'clock is behind you. And then I always have to think there is 9 o'clock on your left and 3 o'clock on your right. Drawing circles, spinning to the left, which is the left side, which is our lunar side, which is the personal side, which is the side of the feelings, the side of the of our ancestors, our personal, what we came with into the world. Personal nature, first nature. And always think about your spit. Inhaling in front of you, exhaling behind you. Also, don't forget to bend the elbows here slightly so that you're not locking any joints, any currency that is moving through the pose, through the body. And then if you are super tired this morning, then go faster, stir it up. And if you're super energetic this morning and if you want to ground yourself, go slow and make the circles slower. You can also pump your hands here, pumping the lungs, bending and straightening. So we're gonna fill up our lungs with air. And then draw circles clockwise towards the right, spinning towards the right, which is the spin of the planet, the spin of time. And it's also your right side, which is also more of it's your solar side, it's paternal energy, it's the side of the world. It's you stepping out into the world, signing a deal. And then come back to the middle. And then unravel your hands, bring your hands back to neutral position as well as your feet. Let's sit back on our toes, or let's sit back on our heels first, just for a second. Enjoying the sun here. And then from here, let's all, if it's available for you, come and sit on your toes here. I'm not gonna take off my socks because it's a little fresh in the morning. And then let's just open our windows by grabbing hold of the opposite elbows, and then you inhale, bring the frame up, open up the window, shoot your elbows with your balls into your arm, into your hands. Inhaling and exhaling, bring the hands down. Inhale, hands up, opening up that window, that lungs, and hands down. Windows, closing the windows, up and down. And if you want, you can also go a little faster here, making the breath audible. Let's do 5 more. Give yourself a count. 3, 2, and 1. And inhale, bring the arms up. Hold. Find your front diagonal from your right shoulder to your right elbow, from your left shoulder to your No, from your left shoulder to your right elbow, from your right shoulder to your left elbow here. Take 3 more sips. And when you're ready, exhale, bring the arms down. Sit onto your heels and take a minute here. Close your eyes. Letting the breath come naturally, inhaling and exhaling. And when you're ready, open your eyes, come back into tabletop, and from your tabletop, shift yourself back into downward facing dog. I'm gonna take off my socks. You can find your downward facing dog here. And just walk your dog a little bit. Walk out your legs, walk out your calves. Bending and straightening the legs. And then come forward into plank. Measure out your plank. You can rotate the middle fingers together, pivot your hands forward, step one leg back, step the other leg back. Make sure your heels are just above your toes. And then shoot the pubis, navel, sternum forward, shoot the heels back, bend your knees and come back into downward facing dog. Lift your heels a little bit, don't hike them up, just lifting the heels, finding the legs underneath your buttock bones. Think that from the back of your knees, one part is going down into the heels and one part is going up. Find your pubis and your butt, shoot it back and up. Find that little forward fold in your lower body while you're finding a back bend from your pubis, navel, sternum forward. Find the knuckles of your hands. Find your armpits and rotate them towards the heart, towards each other, making a mitt with your armpits here. Now think from your armpits, one part is going up the back and one part is going down into your palms of your hand, the knuckles of your hands. You're finding the archetype of a 60-degree triangle, downward facing dog, of 60-degree triangle of strength, structure, and stability here. And then bend your knees a little bit, unlocking the pose. And then slightly look forward and lunge your right leg forward here. Bring the top of your left foot as well as the knee down. Find your knee into the armpit. And then look forward. Bring the hands forward and dive up. Coming into a low lunge here. And then from here, interlace your hands to the webbing. Bring your hands behind your head. Find a ball in the mid. Shoot your elbows up and find your back bend here. Dropping the left hip down while you're stable in your legs. Inhaling here. Shoot the elbows up. And exhale, come down. Your hands down again. Tuck your back toe and come back into downward facing dog. From your dog, again, bend your knees, look forward, and step the left leg forward on the inside of your left hand, lunging to a right angle. If you're not sure if you're lunging to a right angle, always find knee into the armpit, which is like a ball in the mid. And then from here, Bring the knee and top of the foot down. Look forward. Bring the arms up. And find your back bend here and interlace the fingers behind your head, shooting the elbows up. Inhaling and exhale, come down. Tuck your back toes and come back into downward facing dog. Walk your dog. Then when you're ready, bend your knees and come forward into plank by unfolding the hip. And then from your plank, shoot back into dog. So we are folding and unfolding the hip joint here. Plank and dog. Plank and dog. Going from 60 to 90, 60 to 90, 60, and then come forward into plank, and from your plank into an up dog. Back to downward facing dog. And now a little more dynamically. Downward facing dog, plank, and up dog. Think that your pubes, navel, sternum are going forward, heels are shooting back, again finding that polarity. Don't overstretch your neck, your throat here. Top of the head goes up. Dog, plank, dog, up dog. A few more times. Folding and unfolding the hip joint here. Now come back to your dog. Peel out your legs. And then from here, bring your knees down. Take a minute, find your breath. And then to finish up this little morning practice here, let's find a comfortable seat. You can just sit in Virasana, sitting back on your heels. And then take a minute and just close your eyes. Close your eyes and listen to the sound of your own breath. Again, find your spit, your central channel, your universal thread that is coming down from the universe. It's connecting us to the universe, and from the universe it drops down the head, the throat, center of the throat, the center of the torso, down through the perineum and down into the earth below you. And in the middle is you, mediating between heaven and earth, being a part of the universal. And everything that is universal is also inside of us. Everything that's around us, everything that is in great nature can be found inside of us, because we're a part of great nature. Now find your breath. Connect your hearing to your breathing. And when you're ready, bring your arms up into a big V shape. Make cups with your hands. Shape cups with your hands so that they can hold water. And you want to have like a triangle, an equilateral triangle with your hands. And then when you're ready, we inhale One big deep inhale and exhale. Then you inhale halfway and then pump it out 100 times. Kapalabhati. If you want one thing, you need to do everything. If you change one thing, everything changes. If you want grace, you have to ask for it, and you have to set up the conditions with the right technique in order to get grace, in order to live a joy life, in order to get what you want. 10, 9, 8, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hug your thumbs. 3 more sips through the mouth. Pull your thumbs apart. Find width across your collarbones here. Hold it full, hold it tight. Seal the bottom. 1 more sip through the mouth. And then pop the cork. Exhale. Think there's a champagne shower running, falling down in a big wide circumference. Close your eyes for a minute. And when you're ready, open your eyes. I hope you enjoyed the practice. This is this was my New Year's practice for today. So I hope you're having a happy new year, filled with peace, love, joy, whatever you desire and wish for. And I hope to practice together in the coming year.